1.
And I hadn't really thought about what exactly it meant to be a game changer until I sat down and thought about my current job today. So if I think about an example of somebody that's a game changer at AT&T and in our company, it's actually my boss, John Stanky, who is leading the new AT&T Entertainment Internet Services division since we've closed on our merger with DirecTV. And as I think about what it means, it's really someone who challenges the status quo and thinks differently about things, sees things differently that maybe others don't see. And I think it's important for myself as a game changer to emulate those same things out to my team and to the folks around me. It's important that I work and develop great partnerships to work with the vendors in the industry to really get them to think about things differently and to think about how can we continue to advance this industry as we think about moving into this video-centric space.
2.
So I've been through many, many changes. I've started my career in the wireless network space, and so I've come from analog all the way through TDMA and digital and to LTE now. So I've been through a lot of changes, but I don't think any of those compares to where we're at now. At AT&T, we've seen over 100,000% growth in our wireless network in the last 8 years. So if you think about today where we're at and the explosive growth of video, nothing compares to that. In all of these big turns that we've had in the industry in the past, I think really today, and even more impressively, is where is that continuing to go, and how does that also relate into software and the digital age, and thinking about how we service now our customers and how we move that into more of a self-serve and digital model, and how that puts additional load and additional bandwidth and stuff needed on the network.
3.
DAS and small cell will continue to be a part of AT&T's toolkit for our network. If you think about it really as one of the tools in the toolkit, it's all about providing the most reliable experience to our customers. And so whatever means that is, whether it's on the macro side or via how we relook at deploying DAS networks within certain venues and or how we use small cells, it's all part of the holistic picture. Two things that I'm very excited about that I see in the space are, number one, we've changed the way we look at propagation models, and really we have some internal tools that we use to really look at what is the appropriate type of network configuration for that specific area to meet the customer's needs and to continue to provide the most reliable service. We also have a tool that we call EchoBot, and it really is meant to go out into the DAS and emulate what a customer would see and then provide that data back real time to our engineers, so the engineers can actually look at things happening real time and on the fly make tweaks and changes in the network to provide a better experience for our customers.
4.
So AT&T has a goal that by 2020, we are stating that we would like to have 75% of our network virtualized. And as I sit here today, 2020 doesn't really seem that far away. So that's a huge task in front of us to make that shift and to make that transition into a software-defined network. We're starting that course right now, and there's really two reasons to do it. Number one is there's some benefits to AT&T in terms of how we can manage and keep up with the network demands and the capacity that's needed to serve our customers. And there's also from a cost perspective is how do we look at keeping our costs down and being able to remove some of the old legacy hardware, think about efficiencies in power consumption, space, AC, all of those things that go with some efficiencies that we would gain. But then from a customer standpoint, it's about being able to deliver what they need sooner and also giving them control. We've recently come out with, for our business customers, what we call Network on Demand, and it's really a way to use software to real-time let them make changes, and as their bandwidth needs increase or decrease, to be able to only take what they need at those points in time. The reception that we've received has been remarkable. We launched in Austin, and the service is now available to about 100 markets, and it's being very well received by our customers.
5.
I would say number one is continuous education. This industry has continued to evolve and change, and so keeping your skill sets relevant and current. It may not mean that you're a subject matter expert in those things, but really being able to understand the logic behind them, understand where the industry is going, where your company is going. There are so many ways to get that training right now. And so if you think about things such as software and SDN and NFV and being up to speed on that, and whether you have come from a legacy position in a company and maybe worked on an old legacy technology and retooling and reskilling yourself to get up on the most latest and current software, or think about some of the newer things that we maybe didn't think about, like cybersecurity or big data. There are many ways to get acclimated and become versed in those. We have MOOCs, we have training inside of a company such as AT&T that is available to employees. But I think it's really about people taking it upon themselves to stay current and find what solution works best for them. It may not be going back to school and getting a degree, but it may be there are some other methods to keep yourself current. In this industry, even though it's changing and the skill sets are changing, we're always looking for intelligent and well-driven people to join the industry.